In my last video, I showed you how to edit a YouTube video step by step. But today, I'd like to take you through my own personal journey, my own personal workflow of video editing. How I personally cut, how I plan my edit, what transitions do I use, what adjustments do I make to my filter. All of that will happen in this video. This workflow personally helps me to quickly edit my video edits and make sure that I comfortably, with no stress, with no difficulties, make something I personally consider professional to my level. So I hope this video helps you. Maybe you will grab some of my methods, maybe it will inspire you. Let's dive into it. Like I've told you in my past videos, every edit should start with organization. So right now you should see the screenshots of how I personally arrange the folder and organize all the editing material I have. I personally don't have any folder dedicated to one video specifically. All of my editing material is stored in separate dedicated folders, but the material within isn't related to any video specifically. For example, if I have a folder filled with stock videos, I won't have stock videos that I've used or will use for each video. I just have stock videos overall, which I can use in any edit I want anytime. Same thing relates to stock sounds, stock music. Also, when it comes to my already prepared videos and raw footage and editing materials, I split them into two folders. First is just videos, and the second is video material. The video materials folder has everything I need in order to create an edit, including my raw footage, while the videos folder already has prepared videos. And I personally name my videos in a chronological order: video 1, video 2, video 3, because right now it's a small channel. I don't have many videos, so I can just call them simply that. But potentially in the future, I will kind of change my workflow at this stage. Now, my own personal next step is, like I've mentioned in previous videos, is organizing the timeline. Now, what I do is just import the video materials folder into CapCut, from which every material, every file within it will be accessible to me. From the very beginning, I select the raw footage I had inside the folder, I import it onto the timeline, then select the background music I think that would be suitable for this video, and begin after that using all these steps I have listed in my previous videos, where one of them is rough cut. I start splitting my video into parts where I believe is the best version of me explaining some sort of step or stage or a mistake a video editor can make. Now, I've listed these examples based off my past videos. I try my best to keep the pacing energetic and make sure that the viewer hopefully doesn't get bored when watching my video and actually finds what I explain helpful. I try to rewatch my personal video after the rough cut to see how I speak, how everything was done, just to make sure that I don't get bored. Because if I get bored at listening myself, then the viewer will definitely get bored too. Now, once I have finished the rough cut, we go to the fine cut stage, or refining stage if you want to call it that. This is where you start adding the transitions, the effects, all the necessary extras for your edit, just to give it more emotion, just to give it more energy and more interesting to watch. Now on CapCut, there's a favorite feature where you can select your own personally favorite effect or transition. Now, I personally use that because there are certain transitions I believe will be suitable for me and for my editing style, which means I always have them saved in my favorites and save lots of time looking for them, because I don't have to scroll through a huge number of options of transitions when I can just go to the favorites section and find my own suitable transition or effect. Now, once I've done that, I go to audio workflow stage, where I personally clean all the background noise in my video, because trust me, there's lots of background noise happening around me that you guys may not hear because I clean it. I don't want you guys to be distracted from my talking because there was some noise noise from outside, for example. And I have listed all the features, everything a user can do in order to clean the background footage in my previous videos. And I always increase my personal voice volume to around 8.5 decibels so the viewer can hear me clearly. And I keep the background music at around from -20 to -30 decibels because I believe this is the most well-balanced volume for background music, because at the same time it makes the video more entertaining and at the same time it doesn't distract the viewer from my own explanations. Because remember, a balanced mix will always make your video look more professional even though your visuals may not be perfect. Now the next stage for me personally is color and maybe some text adding onto the video, where I just play around with the filters a bit to make sure that the image for the viewer is clear and isn't really hard to watch, if you get what I mean. And what I mean by that is, let's say if the video is very bright, it will be quite hard to watch because it will hurt your eyes. If the video is very dark, it won't look interesting and will look a bit boring. So I try to balance that. I also, if required, add at this stage text on a video just to make sure that the viewer understands what I'm currently talking about. And adding text on a video, like let's say I pop in here which stage it is right now of an editing process, this will mean for a user that I have moved on to the next part of the video. I also do some exporting presets just to view for myself what the video looks like at a bit low qualities. I don't bother too much exporting at high qualities just to make sure, first of all, it doesn't take up space in my computer, and second of all, I'm watching just for myself just to see if I can add or fix something about my video. And the next step for me is the final review and the upload. This is where I rewatch my video fully just to see if it requires final polishing. If not, then after that I export it and then start uploading on YouTube by already having a prepared name for it, the description, timestamps if it requires, and hashtags, of course. I personally use that kind of process because it's simple, it's repeatable, it's what helps me to stay consistent every week. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my full video editing workflow that I use for every single video I post every single week on my channel. If you want to learn how to edit a YouTube video step by step, go watch my previous video that you can find the link for in my description, where I discuss every single aspect about my editing workflow and stages of video editing overall. You know, it's actually completely up to you which stages you start when. The order doesn't matter as much when you're in middle stages especially, but I describe every single stage in that video in detail and I hope it helps you. So that's it from me for today. Make sure to like this video, subscribe and ring the bell just so you don't miss out on next videos. I'll see you next time and take care.